Don't Starve is a chilling survival adventure where you must outsmart creepy creatures, hunger, and madness in a perilous, ever-changing world. With that said, I played 100 days of Don't Starve. Oh? Say, pal, you don't look so good. Well, you better find something to eat before night comes. Alright. Mysterious sir. Bye. Well, my first thoughts were to pick this flower, and then my eyes immediately darted to the top right of the screen where I was noticing the day timer, the hunger, health, and sanity. After familiarizing myself with the HUD layout, I decided to pick up this flower and then proceeded to pick up this flint. I picked this berry bush, and I picked this dead-ass tree over here, which is a sapling, and then the carrot caught my eye. Pick that up. Tools. The UI on the left side caught my attention. I saw I could make an axe, so I did so with a twig and a flint. I then proceeded to pick up another carrot because why not? And then I noticed with my axe that I could break a tree, so I decided to break down the tree. After that, I figured out that it yielded me 2 logs and a pine cone. And I figured out from the little highlight that I put on the screen there that I was able to somehow plant the thing, and I planted a new little tree. Well, I'll chop some more trees down. Tab. Oh, sheesh. Oh, lordy. Yes, that is indeed a big map that we are going to have to figure out together. I then decided it'd be a good idea to look at some of the crafting recipes I had to see if anything was useful in my case. And the biggest thing that I picked up on was the campfire, which uses grass, and the fire pit, which uses rocks and logs. So I'd have to find one of those if I wanted to have light during the night, or I can make a torch, which was 2 grass and a twig. And I decided that that was the easier idea between the 3 of them. Oh, what's that? Wormhole? Sure, why not? I don't know how I wasn't scared to jump inside of that wormhole, but I will figure that out later. And when I arrived, I saw some rabbits. Rabbit? Oh? Hello? Come back here, please. I noted to myself that I indeed am not fast enough to catch a rabbit. Oh, I needed that for the campfire. Okay, where did I pop out at? Oh, well, that's quite a ways. Come here. Come on. I can't attack it. Maybe I can trap it? After 2 minutes of chasing this thing, my big brain finally realized that I can craft a trap to hopefully catch the rabbit. Maybe I can scare him into it. The rabbit did not care about my trap. I'm just going to keep making grass. But it is getting ready to be nighttime. I need twigs. And at this point, I realized I should definitely be getting a fire source going, so I continue to pick up a couple loaves of grass, making my way east. I'll just keep moving around during the night, keep doing things. I don't know how dark it gets, though. Guess we'll see. Oh, that is very dark. I can see again. Yes, me too. That was very... I can light? Oh! Got a big fire now. After learning this, there were surely more things getting burned during the night now. Ow. I gotta just keep lighting these things on fire, I guess. Oh, my torch. It's about to go out. It's almost daylight, though. Oh! What's happening? What was that? What happened to my health? I got hit. Well, apparently last night I got approached by a night demon. Apparently, I don't know. That's what I'm calling it. Night demon. That's what it is now. It's evil. After almost dying last night, I decided it was about time to try to catch another rabbit, and this time I succeeded. Big win for me. Check trap. Pick up trap. Rabbit. Murder. Being I'm the one who is trying to survive here, I didn't even hesitate. And I'm happy I did not so, because it rewarded me with a morsel. I don't think you'll hit that. Oh, he did! Yes! I don't know how the rabbit ended up getting in there, but I am very fortunate he did, because I was a very hungry man. After catching 3 rabbits, I knew I was comfortable having them as a food source, so I wasn't going to go hungry anytime soon. After catching the rabbits, I decided to cook them on the campfire, and I ate some cooked morsel, which restored a good bit of health. So this little stone that I ended up running up to, I don't know what it does, but I'm sure it'll come in handy later as all things in this world. And then down below, these pigs for some reason decided they wanted to try to kill me. Or the king. Stop. Stop. Why is there so... Who are you? Why do you want to kill me? What did I ever do? Oh. Are you going to kill me? Hello? It's like a little cow. A really furry... It looks like a yak, actually. Are you gonna hurt me? Oh, hello, sir. I guess I do have friends in this world after all. After meeting with the buffalo, it was getting late, so I made a campfire just in the nick of time before the night, and I almost met the nightmare demon again. But nonetheless, morning came around and I continued to look for resources. As you can see, I also found some killer frogs. Okay then, frogs aren't nice. I thought we were nice, okay? I thought we were nice. Something to soothe the nerves. Garland. Rabbit earmuffs. A fuzzy little bit of warmth. Okay. After making a little flower garland for myself, I continued onward. Like any man in a survival situation, I decided to hit a beehive. Okay, beehive's not very happy with me. Alright. Noted. I guess like the food goes down if I don't eat it. Yes, food items in this game do degrade by that little green scale. If they turn yellow, that means they are going bad. I then test whether eating the petals or not will give me health, and they do, 1 health at a time, so it's not very good for healing, but it's an easy source of healing at all. I was on my way to pick some berries, and then I realized that there was a rock up above, which I was on the lookout for. Soon after, it was night out, and I once again decided to light the forest on fire. There we go. Ow. Okay, it's catching fire to everything. I didn't know it did that. In the morning, I proceeded to pick up the charcoal that was left over from the burnt trees, and I looked at all the crafting recipes I was getting from it. After learning all my charcoal recipes, I arrived at a spider's front door, and he was not a very friendly guy. And after my fight with the spider, he ended up dropping some silk that I picked up. I can't carry any more stuff. That is a turkey. Come here. Come here. Oh, I killed him. A drumstick. 2 drumsticks. I was hiding one, apparently. After my newly acquired drumsticks, I spent the night chopping down logs to get a catalog of wood going, and then right after this, we ended up stumbling upon our first gold rock and proceeded to make a science machine. A science machine is a tool that increases your blueprint category, and once you make an item from the science machine, you are able to craft it anywhere at any time. After my learning spree, it became the evening, and I decided to chop down a bunch of trees tonight, so I had an abundance of fuel for my campfire. I also took this time to cook up some of the food I had laying around. Why? What is that? Oh no. Cook the carrots for health. With the sound of some sort of impending doom, I decided to cook up the rest of the food I had to hopefully eat and get as much health as I could before whatever is coming is coming. Okay, it's almost daytime. Oh, that bird scared me so bad. Oh, what is that? Oh, who are you? What is it, a dog? Ow. With my victory over the hound, I ended up finding this poor guy who ended up dying. I will gladly take his logs. And afterwards, I ended up going back to base and building a chest in base. And I also ended up building a basic farm, which I can put seeds in and then use fertilizer to end up speeding up the growth of the seed, which can result in any kind of crop. I then realized with my newly acquired shovel, I can uproot plants and move them back to my base. So it is very convenient for less runtime to harvest random things like twigs, grass, and berry bushes. I can transplant them all back to my base. During the night, I chopped down some trees to get my wood supply back up so I don't end up running into the nightmare demon again. I gathered a ton of twigs during the day, so in the evening, I planted them all back at my base. I needed more spider silk, so I challenged a nearby spider hive until I noticed that 3 of them came out, and I was not willing to take the risk, so I abruptly left. With my adventures during the day, I collected some berry bushes and grasses that I dug up, but then I realized I need fertilizer for them to grow. It needs poop. Is this... That'll teach him. I guess no, that's a pain. I have to fertilize everything. for it to grow. After realizing that, I ended up figuring out that I am quite a bit away from where I found those original beefalo, so I decided it was time to uproot my base and move. With my adventure over to the new base, I ended up deciding I was going to catch some rabbits, and then I ran into a rather peculiar item in front of all of these beehives. I found a little eye bone. Pick up eye bone. What does it do? It's looking at me? Okay. What is that? Open? Chester? Take all my things. Don't eat what I'm putting in, please. I'm putting my 40 rocks in there. If he eats them, I'm gonna be mad. With the hopes that Chester does not eat everything inside of my inventory, I ended up making my way back to the beefalo, and I found this little man sticking his head out of the grass, and he had some free cut stone for me. I decided to spend the rest of the day with the beefalo, and going into the evening, I ran into a little surprise. Aw, they're sleeping. Aw, look at them. You hear that? Yeah, I heard that. I'm about to get bitten again. After spending the same night under the same roof with the beefalo, they decided to just beat up this hound for me, which I was not going to pass up on that opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Beefalo. After my fight with the hound, I started tracking an animal, and I ran up to this grandma-looking thing. I don't even know what it is, but I ended up tracking it. It ended up spitting on me, which I don't know what animal in the animal kingdom does that to you, but this one, apparently. Oh, what? No. Ow, I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry. These things attack it? Oh, no. No! Oh. Oh, what? What is this? So that stone we touched earlier ended up being a revive token. So I got a free life, and for some reason I proceeded to run immediately back to go pick up all my shit. On another note, when I revived, my sanity was lower, so that's how I'm able to see that little nightmare beast on the screen. And then I had arrived back at all my stuff, and then I did not realize that that thing was still sitting there. Ow! What? Stop! With noticing that the beast had gone, I proceeded to pick up the rest of my stuff on the ground, but it had dealt one more blow to me, so I decided it was the best idea to get out of the area just in case I ran into it again. On my crippled jaunt home, I decided it was a good idea to pick up as much food as I could for the sake of getting my health back. I ended up acquiring 22 fertilizer from that last trip, which was a huge success in the food department because I was able to fertilize all of my berry bushes in hopes that they would yearn me a lot of berries right at home. Let's cook the eggplant. Oh my, that was a lot of health. Okay. You give me another eggplant, please. Well, I learned that eggplants give me a lot of health, but I did not get another eggplant. I ended up getting a carrot instead, so my luck had ran out. In the following days, I ended up making a pop-up base near the beefalo. I hadn't moved my full base, but I decided it was a good idea to have multiple bases on the map. I stumbled upon this swamp biome, and I discovered that there was a giant piece of ham, which any kind of food in this game is good, so I was very happy to have acquired the piece of ham. On the morning of day 16, hounds spawned again, but this time there was 3, and I learned my strat from last time to run them back to the beefalo so that they could take care of them for me. Not like the hawk to a buffalo. That's it. No. No. Stop. Let me out, let me out, let me out. No! Oh my gosh. Well, I can't lie to you. I was a little bit disappointed in the fact that I died to that little sheep-looking thing 2 times in a row, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from going back in and trying a record again. I didn't notice at the time that I was able to select new characters, so I didn't even notice the fact that I unlocked any, so I immediately just pressed the retry button and went back into another world for another try. My new plan for the world was to immediately find the beefalo as soon as I could, so I set out on an adventure to go and find them. What's all this? You plant all these carrots? Oh my. I'm gonna be fed forever. And you gave me a flint? What a guy. Even more carrots? Well, this is a start that I truly wanted and I needed, so I got off to a really good start. I started off with 18 carrots and moved onward, and I also found this berry bush, which was full of a lot of berries. So with having all of these supplies found so early on, literally day one, I decided it was time to go adventuring for the beefalo, so I set out on an adventure. Nearby, I proceeded to make an axe and chop down trees until I got about 20 logs. Upon my adventure nearby, I stumbled into a giant forest area which was infested with tons of spiders, and then I decided for the night that I was going to just use a torch and keep running to keep discovering the nearby areas. With my torch running through the night, I was getting a bit of a cold, so I did the one thing that I only know how to do to stay warm, and that is to light everything on fire again. Oh, we got a touchstone. Nice. Beefalo here. Come on. Spider web over there. Yes. Yes. Okay, huge. And just a short walk away from the beefalo, I ended up finding a gold rock and I set a campfire up by it for the night, and I ended up chopping the nearby trees as well, getting me an additional 10 logs. In the morning, I walked a little bit south from my campsite and I realized that I have yet found another touchstone in close proximity to the other one, meaning that both of my revive checkpoints were pretty close to the beefalo where I was hoping to make my base. What is that? Walrus camp? What? A walrus? After finding the walrus camp, I decided to set a camp of my own up, and it is right next to the beefalo, or right to the west of me, and then to the east is that starting area where I first spawned, which has plenty of food and resources. So this is where I decided to call home. I also set up a little center of saplings north of my campfire, so that way I had a close to home supply of wood. I mean, I guess we go south here. I mean, but this area could be... Maybe I think I go south real quick and figure out what's going on that way. On my journey southward, I found this cool little area of rocks, which gave me plenty of gold, flint, and rock. And then I found my way wandering through the Sahara, so I decided to pick up a whole bunch of this grass. I ended up finding this little tall eye looking thing, and it apparently is called a tall bird nest, and it was situated right next to a walrus camp. And thankfully, he let me mine this rock in peace. Then in the morning of day 6, my first hound waves appeared, and I took care of it quite easily. I was very proud of myself. With the victory of the hound behind me, I collected twig and berry bushes and transplanted them into my base. In the morning of day 7, I realized that I needed more manure for all of the plants I just transported into my base, so that's the first thing I did. And with a collection of all that, I fertilized all my berry bushes in my base. What do we have here? Oh, that's not very nice. Oh no. What are they? Killer bees? Oh great. Well, that is a whole lot of bees in one area, so thankfully they cannot keep up with me. I have lightning feet. I got the Lamborghinis. A little way away from the bees, I found this door, which is Maxwell's door. For any of you wanting to know, it is the challenge mode for Don't Starve. I looked into it. I just looked it up. And essentially, you have to survive 5 worlds tracking down Maxwell, and it is very, very hard. So when you're done with your world, you can essentially start the doorway to adventure to have another style of challenge. So I ran into these little clockwork guys, and let's just say that they weren't the nicest. Ow. Hey, never mind then. With them having dealt a very hard blow, I decided I am not ready to fight these, so I will be coming back later for them. I then once again ran through all the waves of killer bees back to home base. After my journey down south, I ended up collecting quite a bit of berry bushes, so I have quite a supply at home now. I need 4. Okay. Alchemy machine. Alright. So the alchemy machine is essentially the upgraded version of the science machine. So I sat here for a little while and learned a whole bunch of recipes, and one that I was looking at right away was a thermal stone, showing that I could craft it. So I ended up crafting it and placing it on the ground, and little did I know that I made a huge discovery here way before I even knew about it. Then I proceeded to drop it straight on the ground like any normal sane man would. Now that I had a constant flow of berries, I decided I needed to set up another food source, so I just started to trap all of the nearby rabbits, and this became a consistent thing for me to do. As you can see, I ended up setting up quite a bit of rabbit traps down there, and I was already getting some of my first catches. Nice. Improved farm. So the improved farm is a lot better than the basic farm. It has increased seed grow rates, so that means I get my food quicker, which is always a plus in this game. In the morning, I had a hound wave, and I easily dispatched the little guy with my little spear I had on hand. After, I went and collected more manure so I could make more improved farms on my base, which would lead to a more consistent food supply coming out of my fields. And another thought I had for good food supply was a drying rack. With the amount of rabbits that I had getting caught in traps, I thought it'd be another good way to process food. And then one of the requirements for a drying rack is charcoal, so I proceeded to burn down any nearby tree. I got drying racks now. How much was it for the crock pot? After having much success making the drying racks, I decided I was going to take a shot at making the crock pot and see what it's all about. With the crock pot getting placed down, I opened it and realized that it had 4 slots. What you essentially do in it is you can put 3 sets of food and a protein in there, and you're guaranteed to basically get meatballs. But the huge thing that the crock pot gives you is if you put stale food in there, it combines them back to good food health, and you get beneficial returns from combining complex ingredients. It gives you a greater return on food. In the morning, I decided it was about time to cut down all my fully cut trees just north of my base here, and I ended up getting a huge return of logs back, which was phenomenal, seeing that I took the time to plant all of the saplings there and now have a very close to home wood source. Oh, what is that? What? Oh my lord. What is that? Hello? Who are you, sir? So this is an ent. They appear after you cut down a lot of trees, as I was up above. I decided to fight him with a spear, even though my try-hard method of burn everything to the ground didn't come to mind. I don't know why it didn't. I burned everything else in this game. But I guess this tree survived the wrath of my burning. It's alright though. I ended up getting him with the spear. Oh, I got it. Yeah. Living logs. It looks worried. I got monster meat. That must mean he is indeed a bad guy. Sweet. That's cool. Oh, they are mad right now. Oh no. Hopefully don't beat me up, man. Get her down. So apparently the beefalo have a breeding cycle to when they are in their breeding cycle, they do not let you get anywhere near them and they will beat you up. And the cosign apparency of that is they have a red bottom. They have a red butt. They are not very happy at that moment in time. Stop it, please. Leave me alone. So I ended up figuring after about 10 days after planting the saplings, they finally start to grow. So they take about 10 days after you transplant them, and I guess they take 10 days after you pick them to regrow. Rabbit earmuffs, a fuzzy little bit of warmth. Oh, they're still mad? Beefalo, stop it. Ow. What is this? Ow. So I still don't fully know what this thing is. I mean, I was able to replant it after I defeated it, but when I replanted it, it never really did anything again. I guess it just got destroyed. Like, I don't really know. It gave me this little leafy meat that I ended up cooking, but it didn't give me anything special. So I didn't really know the point of what the flesh bulb was. Yeah, plant it there. Mr. Beefalo was over here this morning. After I got back, I made another drying rack, fertilized a couple of plants, and then looked at some recipes and realized that I needed pig skin to make a football helmet, which is a defensive item. So I remembered that I had the little pig heads nearby, so I ran over to them. I have these little pig heads over here I can get pig skin from. Well, the name of the game may be Don't Starve, but the goal is to not die. So I decided it'd probably be about time to research some of this fighting equipment, hence me trying to make a football helmet, and I decided to make a log armor as well. I guess my timing was perfect because after making all the fighting supplies, the very next morning was a hound wave, so I got to test out all my new stuff. Oh my gosh, there's 3 of them. Oh my Lanta. Ow. I guess I'll just beat him up. There we go. Thanks to my new helmet and my chest piece, I was able to take a lot of the hits there, and I learned the value of protective equipment in this game, so I'm very happy I made all that last night. After having such a positive outlook on that last fight, I decided it was about time to go back down south and beat up those little animatronics that I found earlier that did a lot of damage to me, hoping that my new log armor and helmet would protect me from a lot of the damage. Along the way, I stopped to beat up on a beehive, and I am able to beat up beehives now. Let's try breaking it. No more bees. Honey. Stinger. Honeycomb. Alright. I had arrived near the animatronics, but I decided during the night it'd be the best idea to beat up some more beehives to get more honey and honeycomb while I waited for the morning. Oh my lord. Okay, you killed him. It's actually huge. Run into that one. Ow. Run into him. Ow. Run in. Come on. Ow, how does that guy keep hitting me from that far? Yes! Yes! Demolish my foes for me. So let me just say, that rhino guy is like my best friend. I had to kill him anyways because he's an enemy. But that guy saved me so much effort of having to beat up on all the other animatronics. He is a G. And from these animatronics, I got gears and some gemstones. Oh my, yes. I have such a big brain idea right now. Oof. Not as big of a big brain now. I lost my football helmet. Where is he going? All right. What's going on my screen? Oh, it's him hopping. Oh, I got him. Boom. 6 gears. After the defeat of Mr. Rhinoceros, I beat up this little nerd looking thing. And then right after, I noticed that I could mine the little Lorax looking trees for some marbles. So I continued to do that, and then I headed home. I should have taken that little rhino all the way up here if he would have come. All these bees for me. It would have been huge. Because I know I can make my own beehives for to make honey. I don't know exactly what honey's used for yet. But I know I can make a ice fridge now, like a refrigerator. With the gears I just got. Plant my last few berry bushes. Sweet. Yes. So the ice box is one of the best food items in the game as it vastly slows down your food degradation. So that means that whatever food you put in there takes lot longer to decay, which is just phenomenal for a game to where all you're trying to do is eat food and don't starve. And without my permission, apparently I have new roommates in my base. Oh, the beef floor over here. Hello. How nice of you to VIP deliver this for me. I appreciate it. On second thought, it is a-okay if they want to deliver me fresh fertilizer on my door. So during the night, I researched a whole bunch of blueprints and what ingredients were required for them. So my goal for today was to set out and find a whole bunch of new ingredients that I hadn't had a stockpile of yet, so I can craft all the cool new stuff for my alchemy machine. Oh, I can smash these. Can I smash the house? I can. Wonder if they'll get mad at me doing that. Oh my lord. Boards and stone? That's actually huge. With this new revelation, I deemed vandalism okay in my heart, and I just proceeded to blow up the rest of their pig homes, and I had no remorse at all. I made my way to the spider neighborhood where I proceeded to kill a great many of spiders to get some monster meat and silk. So one thing I haven't really spoke on much so far is the fact is you normally can't eat monster meat, but if you put monster meat in the crock pot with other ingredients, it makes it into edible food, which is very, very nice. Oh, this is like a bigger one. Oh, what's that gold one doing? One like leaped at me. Ow. Another one down. I can comfortably come out to you and say that I have indeed survived a spider gangbang. After this, I proceeded to move my way up north through the continent, still beating up little spider colonies along the way. I even made a little pig friend who helped me beat up some of the spiders. After that, I made my way back home. Okay. Pigskin. Whole lot of cut stone. Holy shit. And boards. What is this? Monster lasagna. Oh, that fucking hurt. Alright. Not doing that again. The entirety of the next day, I basically just did my daily chores, checking on the beef flow, doing all my plants, checking my berry bushes, and I also put down a lightning rod since it's been raining a lot recently, and it came in handy. Okay. Oh, see? Huge on that lightning rod save. Huge. I need to go get more. I was very close to being bad. You see, with the fact I have all my bushes and all my plants right over there, if lightning was to strike one of them, it has the chance to spread to all of them and cause all of my bushes that I've spent all this time working on burn. So if you haven't noticed yet, the days have been getting shorter and the evening and nights have been getting longer. That is because we are getting very close to winter. In the morning, I get attacked by ice hounds, so I don't pick up on it right away. But you can tell from the morning that there's already a different shade of blue on the screen, signaling that winter is right around the corner. There they are. Oh, what is that? A white hound? Attack! Are you the leader? Oh my gosh, I run out. It's alright, I wasn't able to deal the final blow on the hound. The spiders ended up taking care of it for me because when I equip my log armor, it drops my backpack on the ground, which had my spear in it. But it's alright, the hounds are dead. I can kill them, no problem. And they're really good monster meat. I can make a lot of meatballs off of those. And my sanity is going way down. How much silk is this going to give me? Hopefully a lot. Come on. How much health does this thing have? What's that? Spider eggs? So when you destroy a tier 3 spider nest, it drops you a tier 1 plant. So you can end up planting the spiders anywhere you want. And I ended up just keeping them in about the same spot because they're a good source of monster meat for me. The rabbits change color too. Is it becoming winter? Is that why like the hues all change in color? So I'm not going to lie to you. When I figured out that it was changing seasons, I was truthfully scared because I had no idea what to expect going into winter. It was a frightening moment, if I'm going to be honest. On another note, I created a bird trap earlier that day and I caught my first bird. And when murdered, he gave me a feather. All right. Oh, what is this? What's in the crock pot? Honey nuggets. Hey, y'all. That's right, we got chicken nuggets. Now we can't starve anymore. At this point, I also realized that as long as you bait the bird trap, you're basically guaranteed to catch a bird, unlike the rabbits. In the morning, I went for my little pre-winter walk, and I wanted to make more honey nuggets, so I decided I was going to go and capture some bees. I made a butterfly net the night before, and now I was determined to catch all of the bees, which ended up turning into stingers when I harvested them, and then I struckly broke the beehive apart for some more honey. There's one more beehive up here. Might as well break. Oh no. I'm getting cold. Well, I noticed that the cold wasn't yet hurting my health, so I decided I was still okay to stay out and about and keep doing my tasks. I went out, killed a couple more beehives, and then I returned home. We got honey though, and enough honeycomb. Hey, yo, hello? Penguins? Hello? Okay, it is winter. We are confirming it slowly but surely. We got penguins now. Oh yeah. Quite warm and cuddly for a rock. Thermal stone. Maybe it heats up the area. Perfect. Alright. Okay, it is like winter now. Holy shit. With it being snow on the ground, I decided it was a good idea to make some rabbit earmuffs. So that was the first mission of the day. I also made another error by making another farm. I did not know that farms do not grow in winter, so I was proceeding to think that they would still grow even though none of my other seedlings have grown in the past 2 days. I also made a tent the next day even though I never used it in any of the playthroughs, so it was kind of funny that I made it. I also started looking at winter clothing options and noticed that some options had the winter qualifiant trunk, which was for a puffy vest to keep me warm. Then I also noticed that there is a walking cane, which requires a walrus tusk, which I found a walrus camp earlier. Get ya stylish walking cane, trot on with speed and poise. A walrus tusk. Walrus. Weren't there those camps that were walrus? With the walrus tusk in mind, I headed over to the nearest walrus camp, and apparently the spider decided to wake up the entire household, and then I proceeded to have to fight the man. Hello, Mr. Walrus. Come here. Give me your tusk. They got another dog. Another dog? Ow. Sir, you're really starting to hurt. Oh, I got him. So Walrus Jr. doesn't have a dad anymore, but that is okay because I got a blow dart and a hat out of it and a piece of ham. So it is a W in my book, and I did not end up getting a walrus tusk from the first one, so I had to go find another walrus camp. I also learned that that new hat he gave me increases my sanity when I wear it, so it is a very nice hat to have. I stopped by this walrus camp and apparently there is nobody home, so I had to make my way to the next one. Let him get a free dart hit. I think I do. Oh, I got him. That one dart hit was enough. So I ran into a problem. None of the 3 camps that I visited gave me a tusk, and those are the only 3 that I had discovered at the time. So my dream of having a walking cane went out the window. So when I got home, I realized that none of my stuff was growing anymore, and my only source of food was the rabbits, until I discovered that penguins lay eggs, and if you're quick enough, you can actually grab them, which is a very fun food source to have because they were right next to my base. On my daily adventure, I ran and found this little farm that had a little metal potato looking thing. I still don't really know what it is. And then I got chilly, so I built a little fire, and I built the fire up too high, so it started burning all the grass. It was kind of funny. I thought I'd show you. After my burning spree, I decided to jump through the wormhole because I jumped through every wormhole that I had seen so far. So I decided to go back and jump through it, and it navigated me out towards the swamp. Oh shit, off to the east. Okay. Little tentacle thing. Ow, 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 ow. So with the tentacles dealing a major strike to me, I decided to eat some of my chicken nuggies, which restored a good bit of my health, but I was not going to let that one tentacle attack deter me from exploring the environment. On my walk southward, I found this poor little fella who died before me, and then I found some blueprints, but the weird thing about him was I already knew all of them, which was weird. Looking back at it now, I don't know why they put those kind of blueprints in the chest. Who knows? Oh, what's this? A myrrh house? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh. Well, note to self, do not break the mer house when there are mer people in it. I should have assumed that there was somebody living in that home. And the nice thing about having that touchstone was it was right next to my base, so I was able to stack back up on supplies, and I made a run back to the swamp. Well, when I arrived, the merfolk plus the tentacles were both trying to deter me from getting any of my stuff. They were playing with me, running back and forth, trying to hit me. It was very rude of them, but thankfully I was able to pick up all my stuff and get strictly out of there. One thing that I never realized was having a tentacle monster next to a spider nest, because they will just fight each other and kill each other. So I was very happy to find this supply of spider hearts, webs, and a tentacle spike, which is a better weapon than the current spear that I have. At this point, I had made pretty good progress on exploring the entire swamp continent. I was about, I'd say, 70% done. And then I also found another part to one of that new machine. Okay, what is this? Wonder if I can move that rock. Can I mine it? Oh, I can. Oh, what? It's a hole into the ground. Oh, shit! We're in there! Where are we going? We going into the Mordor mines? Hey, yo. Where am I? Okay. I'm gonna head out. I do not need to be going into a place where I'm gonna die. I'll go in there when I'm more ill-prepared. More ready for what is to come. Oh, I got hounds. Alright, come here, pups. There we go. Yeah, get smacked. Your Honor, before we go any further, I was getting really cold. I did not know that I was going to light the entire forest on fire again. I didn't know I needed 148 charcoal, but that's the amount that I got from all of these trees. Trust me, the entire next quarter mile was burned, and I ended up grabbing all the charcoal because I didn't know if it stayed. So I collected a lot of charcoal this day. There's no snow on the ground anymore. I make it through winter? That I sure did. When I got home, I realized that all of the food that was edible was about to go bad in my base. And then I noticed that all of the penguins had left me all of their little spoiled eggs on the ground. So the next day, I was basically just sorting out all my food situation, knowing that all my plants were about to grow again. After figuring out my food situation, I made my way into unknown territory, the last part of the map that I hadn't explored yet, and I ran into a little graveyard. After the graveyard, I finally found the rock biome. This entire biome is just filled with rocks, and I love it. Alright. Hey, yo. He smells. A crazy looking rock. More of a pyramid than an obelisk. Well, I didn't realize at the time, but this guy is actually a trader to where you could give him all those weird things that you collect over time, and he actually takes them for you. And then he spits out a religious amount of gold, which is very, very nice. Might end up setting base right in there. I think that's going to be the plan, because I'd be able to run north up a trail to come find spiders and kill them. And then I can go westbound as well, which I haven't finished exploring that, but should be something in there. And then really the last area is down east. So my plan going forward from this point on was to explore the last little areas I had left on the map and then go explore the cave afterwards, because those were the last two things that I could think of doing in the world. A walrus tusk! No way! There's not even a walrus camp. Oh, it is. It's up there. Huge. That's actually massive. What? A cha-ching. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. So my guess on why that tusk was there was I had 3 walrus camps and I only was able to kill 2 during the winter. So I think something killed it somehow during the middle of winter, and thankfully items, I guess, don't despawn in this game for a very long time. So I got very, very lucky finding that walrus tusk. So I immediately ran home and made a walking stick. Okay. Without walking cane? With the walking cane. Okay, I'm way quicker. Alright. So I'm not sure if you've noticed quite yet, but I've actually built a temporary base in the very smack dab middle of the entire world. And it is basically going to be the second half of my main base, which is out to the west. I just decided to have a more central base since I was planning on discovering all of the nearby areas. Oh, he's angry. I'm going to have to kill him. Alright, yeah, it's time for you to die, Mr. Beefalo. I'm so sorry. I can't have you mad at my home. I'm so sorry. Wait a minute, what's that? So it's a little crazy to think, with about 60 in-game days played, I never killed a beefalo a single time. This was the first time ever that I killed a beefalo, which is just wild to think. That long before I decided to kill one. Oh, geez. I move slow. With a walking cane. I walk normal. Yeah, that's worth it. So I decided to make a piggyback, which is a backpack with 4 additional slots, but it makes you slower. But with a walking cane, you can actually walk at normal speed. So I finally decided to use a piggyback. I returned to the Pit King and he made it rain on me several times. He gave me a lot of gold. I then realized that the only item I hadn't made in the food tab was the beehive, so I set out on a mission to collect 8 bees. I needed to catch 4 bees to make a beehive, so I went out, captured a few, and then I put down some beehives. I ended up making this magic hatillator, which essentially increases my magic crafting recipes, but sadly I did not get to look at them too much in this playthrough. Amplify the magical power of your top hat. Shadow manipulator, is this human science? Meat effigy, resurrect yourself via the power of meat. The fact they let you add more revives is nice. It's just I never knew that was a thing. I mean, it was my fault for never crafting the magic crafter. But going forward, I know that I could get more revives because I already used 1 touchstone and I'm down to 1. So I should have made a meat effigy, but I didn't. There's also another craft that caught my attention, the chilled amulet, which cools you down. So guessing that summer was right around the corner, I decided to make one of those as well, and I stuck it in the chest. While I was running around the swamp again, I found some footprints and I started tracking the animal. I felt like I had a pretty good grasp and I felt like I was in control, so I wasn't scared if it was one of those granny sheeps again. And I ended up running into a koalefant for the first time. Sadly, he was not spared from my wrath, but he did end up giving me a whole bunch of ham and a koalefant trunk, which is used for creating those vests. After the killing of a recent koalefant, I decided to go to the top left of the map to fill in this last little spot I didn't have, and I ended up running into a familiar friend. Chester! Yes! Yes, my friend Opalo mine! Welcome! It took me a while to find you. If I would have just explored this swamp, I could have found you a lot earlier. What a guy. Welcome in. With Chester back into the crew, we ended up just collecting some more reeds and then headed home. Once I got home, I went out of my way to make a beekeeper mask in hopes that it would protect me from the bees stinging me after I collected the honey. Ow. Thought it was supposed to protect me, man. I ended up placing it on the ground and never using it again. On my stroll through the swamp, I ended up finding this normal looking tree and I decided to chop it down to see what it gives me, and it ended up giving me some living logs like that ent did earlier. Well, it ended up being a hound day again, so I led them over to a little fleshy bull plant. The only time I ever used it was now, and it ended up killing all the hounds for me. So good job, flesh bull plant. So I brought all the little different items that I've gotten through the world that I haven't found any other uses for, and I ended up bringing them back down to this thing since everything, all the flavor text on all these things were about like portal travel, and then I ended up doing this. Oh shit! Activate wooden thingy? I don't want to do that quite yet. Well, the reason I didn't want to do it is due to the fact that I wanted to finish exploring the rest of my world, which included the caves that I haven't been in yet, because I had a feeling that that thing was just going to teleport me to the next world. Well, after collecting 6 tentacle spikes and crafting a miner's hat and also getting some chicken nuggets, I decided it was time to go down into the cave and see what was going on down there. Don't forget our way up. What's down here? Just more woods? Guano. What's guano? Thick light flower. Holy, what is that? Attack? Thing's huge. Okay, I mean, you gotta live once, right? Oh my god. Alright. I have to get something cool for beating this thing. Oh! Oh, it's an earthquake going on. Ah, yes, the perfect reward. An earthquake which drops rocks and flint. A resource I do not need anymore. What's this over here? Attack? Alright, say less. Hey, yo, what is that? Hello? Ow. It's like a little snail. How much health does this thing have? It's a slurtle. Okay. Oh, hello? Hello, sir. You gonna hurt me? Oh, I guess he's nice. Like a little rock guy. Oh, there's spiders down here? Hello? Oh. Very nice. How tall are you? Oh. What is going on? Just dropping stuff out of the sky. What's this? This is just like a light. What's that? Hey, yo. Come here. Ow. Oh, my sanity's like disappearing. That's nice. Oh, my sanity. Oh, there's even more land. Okay. What is that on the map? That's not a normal spider. What is that? Oh, shit. What are those? What are those? Okay, they don't hurt that bad. Oh. They like rock spiders? Another one of those nightmare riffs. Hmm. Oh, more monsters. Oh shit. My sanity is fucking skyrocketing down. More of those spiders. Oh no! They got me. Oh. They actually started hitting really hard. I didn't think they'd do that. Oh, my stuff's all the way deep in the mines. Oh, lordy lord. So after I died, I ended up getting all my health back, and for some reasons, the dumbass playing the game right now only brought enough resources to make 2 torches and 1 campfire, and 1 torch was already halfway gone by the time I entered the mine, and I had to run through the pitch black, which, as we know, there is a evil nightmare demon down there who wants to eat my booty, so I risked it all for me to run all the way back to my dead body, which is my last life, by the way, on 2 torches. Okay, now I gotta run west. Alright. Gotta play with the little nightmare thing. Okay. And here's the run for it all. I either make this or I die. Here it is. Well, despite risking my entire playthrough on one torch, I did end up making it back to my body, and I ended up putting my miner's hat back on, so I made it in the meantime. I made it. Somehow, some way, I survived. I don't know how, I don't know why I decided to run through the pitch black, but I did. And right after, I just went back to exploring, of course. Alright. That's just a barren area with nightmares that just want to kill you for fun. I think I'm going to go back to the more friendly area, the area where I have more lights, where everything is more happy. I like that area a lot more. Oh, it's this little thing. Oh, shit. Never mind, never mind. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm sorry, sir. I did not want to do whatever I did to you. I did not mean it. Oh, hello. Unclean? What? Meat? What? Rabbits? Sorry. Murder? Monster? Why do you want to kill me? Revenge? Meat? Murder. What, because of my meat? Ow. That's not why, and I'm literally one hit. Oh my lord. The rabbits are evil. Okay. Do not run me. No! No! Sad day. Oh. Aw. Oh my. I unlocked a lot of people. Oh. Well, 61 days. Okay. It's just a little unfortunate that that's the way that I went out there. But hey, you lived some, you learned some. I guess you can't go near the rabbits. I guess they are evil. Well, after the last attempt, I decided to go back in with Woody this time since he has a lovely axe and a terrible secret, and I hopped right back in there. Hello, Maxwell, my man. Oh, I'm like right next to a pig house. Maybe I spawned at a village again. Yes, I will find something to eat before the nighttime comes, my sir. I have this axe. Oh, it was awful? What? So I guess I have an unbreakable axe? Not sure. Holy shit. Well, with my new friend Lucy the axe, I set out and did the basics of collecting everything in sight, and I ended up finding this Sahara right here. But it was super funny because the axe kept telling me the worst things. It was like almost like a girlfriend having a girlfriend. The moment that you put the axe back on, she just sits there and goes, "Oh, it's wonderful to be back with you again." It's a really funny aspect to the game, having an axe that just sentient and it just speaks back to you. It's really funny. After a quick little walk, I ended up running into this gold biome with some rocks, and it was phenomenal because that means that I could get my science machine down really, really quick, which I ended up doing promptly right after mining all these rocks. After mining the rocks, I promptly went over and broke this poor pig's house, and then I proceeded to murder him directly after and cook his remains on a campfire because I was getting hungry. After the murder of the local pig, I decided during the evening to chop down a plentiful amount of trees so that way I could keep running through the day. I also noticed on my last attempt that if you follow this little bricked road, that means that you're going to meet the pig king, so I followed it down and I ended up meeting the guy again. I don't have anything for you quite yet. I will be smashing your followers' homes though. I found a little promptu farm, which I ended up smashing down with a hammer because I hadn't found any beefalo yet, and if I smashed the farm patch, I could get some manure from it. During the night, I beat up a whole bunch of spiders in the hope of getting some silk and spider glands for some easy healing. In the morning, I ran into this poor soul who apparently got his head stuck in the ground, but that is okay because he had a log armor and a few planks for me. I was happy that he met his demise. So I don't know if you noticed at this point, but I actually found Chester a couple days ago. I thought I'd point that out to you, but I ended up running into the animatronics here, and I decided that I was not ready for a fight, so I ended up running away, but I took note of where they were. So I was collecting this dead man's belongings, which I needed rope at the time. I was very poor, and lightning decided to strike the third rope that I hadn't picked up yet, and it had been the worst thing that has happened to me in this game so far. What was that? Hello? Hey, buddy. Just a bunch of junk. Squawk. Can I give you anything? Ollie does not want that. Want cook carrot? Landlubber? Okay. After being called rude names by a parrot, I finally set up camp in the middle of the map right on this road, thinking that it'd be a good central hub for me to be able to explore all the little branches of the world. In my need of charcoal, I of course set every nearby tree on fire because you need charcoal for a crock pot and drying rack, so that was the first thing I did once I figured out home base was established. I then remembered in my second playthrough that honey is a very crucial component to healing in this game, so I proceeded to beat up a few beehives nearby and proceeded to make a couple beehives of my own at home. This time I will be placing the bee boxes a little bit further away from my base because they were really loud last playthrough. Oh my lord, what is going on up here? Holy. Okay, well, let's see if I can trap one. Despite the frog versus bee warfare that I had just witnessed, I actually had come up with a pretty good and decent food source for frog legs. And it ended up working for me, and they essentially became the rabbits like my last playthrough. Whoa! What happened? What? 98? Nah, bee? What am I? A beaver? What? Hey, yo. I guess that's my health. What? I turned into a beaver? So I guess Woody's secret after all is he turns into a werebeaver. I still don't know how it happens, but I ended up figuring out that you will basically one-hit almost any resource node in this game, which is phenomenal. So I proceeded to terrorize this entire environment. I picked every single thing to its base form. And if you end up eating any resources, it ends up extending your time that you're in the werebeaver form. So it is, like, in my opinion, like the coolest thing in the game because I literally cleaned every resource from this top left area of the map before I turned back to normal. Very nice. Okay. This is like the best thing in the game. I don't know why it's a terrible secret. This has to... Oh, god damn it. This has to be like one of the coolest things in the game. I like how I have a little mustache. Oh. Okay, what's gonna happen now? Okay. Something out there? Oh my god. My health. My sanity, man. Oh lord. Ow. What was up with that? Oh, maybe I can make some traps real quick. That'd be smart. Come on. There we go. So as you could tell, I had become the master of catching frogs. I knew how to bait them in now. You basically just make them angry and they'll follow you in. It is so nice catching frogs compared to rabbits because they just stay out in the open the whole time. They ain't scared to go hide in a hole. They're willing to just stand out there and get caught. They do not care. I love frogs more than I love rabbits, even though they like to attack me here and there. Well, I went back to the animatronics to get gears for my fridge, so that way I can have less food decay, and I used the trusted method and approved method of Kaze by using the rhino to smash all of his nearby friends and all of the resources. It was very nice. I love this strat of just using the rhino to kill everything, and he ended up taking down some trees for me as well, so I got another couple stacks of wood out of him. What a guy. Well, it took me 16 days to find the beefalo, but I finally did. And I also found another part to the portal travel machine looking thing, the little ring. But it was 16 days until I found my first beefalo, which meant I only had about 4 days before winter came to get my farm started. So I wasn't really going to get a harvest out of any of the field crops that I did. So I decided to just go home and use all the manure on my berry bushes that I had down. I found a nearby spider village that was giving me bad looks, so I decided to beat them all up and break the nest down to get as much silk as I could from it. With winter in the next couple of days, I decided it was time to go and get some beefalo fur so that way I can make a winter hat. Since I wasn't collecting rabbits this time around for rabbit earmuffs, I decided that making the actual hat for it was good. which required beefalo fur and silk, which I just had gotten silk. So I proceeded to kill beefalo for like the second time ever. I felt like a horrible person, but I did get rewarded with 8 pieces of ham, or big meat, whatever you want to call it. I call it ham. I also decided for the first time to break down a killer beehive. I'd broken normal beehives. I didn't know if the killer ones gave me anything different, which they don't, but I ended up going out there to figure out whether they did or not. Good to know going forward. Doesn't really matter too much if Chester dies here. Just die. Come on. There we are. Oh. Okay, this is huge. So I will take all of their berries that they have here. Being that I was late to planting all my crops before winter, I was very fortunate finding this pig base just south of my home base. So it was super, super nice. I ended up getting about 15 berries from it, and I collected a whole bunch of grass that they had planted at the bottom as well. All right, I'm not dying to this walrus. Oh, nice. I got him. Huge. No hat. Clearly just a blow dart. That is unfortunate. Well, my early season walrus hunt didn't end with anything too well, but I'm sure there will be more camps down the road, so we trucked onwards. Day 24. Woo woo. I should look into making that healing salve. Even though food, though. Just the food situation. I don't want to eat my health through food, really. I'd like to more do... Well, I need to make some of the... I need to test out some of those healing items and see if they're worth it. Loafer. Make a winter hat. Oh, I'm ready for the winter now. Well, just like that, it blew by. We reached day 100 in Don't Starve Together. It was a wild journey. Let me tell you, I had some ups, some downs, some friends along the way, some rival enemies, a lot of, looking back at them, a lot of dumb deaths along the way. Dying in the caves a couple times, dying to that grandma a couple times. It's funny because like every time I died to the same thing twice in a row, which is just hilarious to me. But I had a blast playing this game. I hope you all enjoyed listening and seeing my laughs along the ways and my little cries of hope. If you ended up enjoying the video, make sure to drop a sub and leave a comment down below if you want me to go for day 200, or I know that there's another game called Don't Starve Together, so let me know if you want me to play that as well. Well, thank you. Bye-bye.